Okay. Welcome everybody, guys. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. GMT +2. For everybody joining me live, guys, let me know where in the world you are joining us. This is something I've been waiting to announce for quite a bit of time. We've been doing a lot of fine tweaking and really getting this absolutely perfect. So what you're about to see is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. But first and foremost, what matters is you and where in the world you are right now and where you're watching us. We've had an extremely productive last week or two. We've been doing a ton of testing for the new services that I'm going to be announcing. So if you are already in the Signals group, if you are already in the Masters group, you've seen some absolutely crazy things. Now, to frame it all up and where are we busy going and where is this announcement busy going? Reality is DVDM Markets has been designed as an educational entity, right? People come in to learn, we want to teach, we want to empower, we want to give people the opportunity to fully understand the markets without being able to be taken advantage of, to be pushed in a certain direction, to be fooled, to be tricked. And ultimately, I feel we've succeeded on the educational side. If you've been through the DVDM Markets, Quantum Growth, Free Academy, you'll see that there's very, very powerful stuff. But there's a couple steps there on after. And the reality is people come into the markets not due to passion. People come into the markets to make money. Straightforward and simple. That is what it's all about. So we've had a ton of live broadcasts. We've had a ton of live shows. But the reality is people want to be able to follow positions, whether demo or live, and they want to actually see pips and money being made on a daily, weekly, monthly basis recurring. We come here to make money. That's why I trade. It's become a passion, but I do it to make money, as most of you have obviously joined and become familiar with. Now, we've been working on a service that I am launching today officially, and you're all going to be able to get your hands on, which is going to be absolutely crazy. The Signal Service group has obviously had a taste of this. My masters obviously had a bigger taste of this, but it's going to become very, very official, and it's going to become very, very powerful very quickly. So what is it? We're announcing today that we are launching a separate service still connected to and powered by DVDM Markets, and we're calling the service Drippy Pips, right? Now, Drippy Pips will be a Signals focused service, and this is where we have some of the best people around the world spotting and specializing in particular markets, whether it be FX, whether it be commodities, whether it be crypto, or whether it be indices. And this all gets channeled and filtered through to a main trading desk, which I then look at and approve based on risk management. I approve based on, does this fit the principles of what we teach within DVDM Markets in terms of risk management, in terms of timing, in terms of entry. Now, as much as entry is a very, very important thing in the markets, timing is also a very important thing. And so we're going to be announcing a couple solutions. We're going to fix quite a few of these different things, but we're going to follow it together step by step as we obviously get through and dive through this together. So Drippy Pips is going to be unlike anything else that's in the markets right now. You can almost imagine that you have 5 to 20 analysts on your behalf searching, scanning, analyzing, sitting with charts day in, day out on your behalf. And this all gets filtered and sent through to you, the best of the best, at the time at which you can obviously execute and obviously trade on. Now, obviously, this is for informational purposes only. It's not in tuned or intended as investment advice or brokerages. But this is something that cuts the guesswork out. It cuts the time out. Many of us are busy. Many of us at work. Many of you on the roads. And this is going to cut all that down. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you want to make a profit, right? So let's go through it and let's have a look at what exactly the service is going to be, how we've divided it up, and what is it that you stand to do and obviously take advantage of within these services. So first and foremost, we obviously have the Drippy Pips, which is going to be essentially a derivative of DVDM Markets. And we're going to have segregated groups, right? So we're going to have FX alone. So we're going to be calling this DPFX. We're going to be having DP commodities. We're going to then be having DP crypto, and then we're going to be having DP indices, right? So now let's go through what are these going to entail and what's involved here, and why we've broken it up in this particular fashion and in this particular way. And this is mostly due to managing account sizes, right? If you've got a $100 account, you can't afford to trade most of the indices, right? If you've got a $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 account, you don't necessarily want to be dealing with Forex that's moving 5, 10, 20, 30 pips a day kind of thing. You want to get into the more high volatility movement items. And what we've noticed is that when we push through multiple instruments or multiple instrument categories into one area, people tend to get overwhelmed. They want to take one thing, but they can't afford to, and they take another thing, they end up missing a trade. So we have segregated this into trade groups that will allow you to essentially subscribe for what best works for you and your trading style and your account size. So let's go through it in a little bit more detail. Okay, so first and foremost, we have FX, and this is pretty much going to entail all of our major minor pairs, and we're going to be including obviously USD ZAR for everybody that's here in Southern Africa. And here starts to come the mind-blowing things, right? So we are essentially going to guarantee at the end of the month that we hit a target. Otherwise, your money, you basically, that's a money back guarantee, right? So if you subscribe for the service and we don't hit our target, you do not have to pay for the following month. So we will give you a month free to make up for the deficit. And we've never had a negative month. So this is just a guarantee of service. So we're looking at targeting between 200 and 300 pips a day in terms of profitable banked pips, between 800 and 1,200 a week, and 3,200 to 4,800 a month, right? This is pure FX, major and minor pairs. You don't need a large account. You're looking at about $100 to 1,500 Rand, which is the conversion ratio there. And this is what you would need in order to be able to subscribe to the service. Now, here's the mind-blowing thing, that the whole month, this is going to cost you $20. In other words, 300 Rand for this service every single month. We then obviously have commodities, and this is going to vary from week to week, month to month. We may add in things, we may take things out, but the most common one that ones are going to be traded is going to be gold, silver. We'll both trade US oil as well as Brent crude, and we'll include certain other instruments like coffee and these kind of other items. Similar type of story here. We're going to target between 200 and 300 pips a day, 800 to 1,200 a week, and 3,200 to 4,800 a month. And for this particular Signal subscription group, you're looking at $30 a month or 450 Rand, right? Whichever one would end up coming first for you. And then we've got crypto. So we've spent obviously a lot of time in crypto over the past, doing analysis, doing this. We're creating a dedicated desk for crypto, right? So this will be following all of the big cap items, as well as dealing a lot with the smaller emerging cryptos, the stuff that are, what we used to call back in the day penny stocks, but we're calling penny cryptos, right? Stuff that costs less than 1 cent US per stock, per coin. And again, we're going to be 200 to 300 pips a day, 800 to 1,200 a week, 3,200 to 4,800 a month. And for the crypto service, you're also looking at $30 or 450 Rand. And then the one that people are probably most interested in, and again, these are all going to have account size dependencies. So commodities, let's start with FX. FX, we recommend $100. Commodities, we recommend $300. Crypto, we recommend about $500, because there's a lot of items we'll be taking as a swing trade. We'll be holding long term, and you want to be able to hold multiple sort of positions or multiple asset classes or trades there. And then finally, we have indices. Now, indices, we're going to recommend account sizes of about $1,000 plus, which is about 15,000 Rand. And this is where things are going to get obviously quite crazy. We're going to be targeting between 500 and 3,000 pips a day, 2,000 to 12,000 pips a week, and anywhere in the region of between 8,000 to 48,000 pips a month. So indices is obviously where it's all at, and obviously everybody and their mother and their dog and their grandson, everybody is obviously very, very excited about indices, just purely because of the movements, right? You can do a 3,000 to 6,000 pip move in the space of a day, right? In a single move, very, very quickly. And then we are obviously creating a super group, and this is where we have VIP or VIP plus users, and this is where you want all of the options. You want FX, you want crypto, you want indices, clearly labeled and clearly obviously identified as what class it is, what type of risk to apply, all these other different things. And this is where we've created the top tier, which is ultimately going to be the Drippy Pips VIP Plus class. So this will include all of the below classes, and we're going to target way over 10,000 pips a month in terms of the bare minimum. And at this one, you're looking at about $100, and this includes all of the below classes. So you can go ahead and select, let's say all of the below classes individually, and you're looking at spending about $130 odd plus minus around about there. Or you can take the VIP Plus package and you get all of these incorporated into one package, meaning one group, you get things delivered directly to you. And we're going to be doing quite a bit of different things here. So if you are already in the groups, you'll see that things happen very quickly. You get a trade, 2-3 minutes, it needs to close out. We're going to be dividing up a lot of the trades between scalps, medium-term trades, and swing trades. So we'll be clearly identifying this is something we only plan on holding for 5 minutes. So if you're busy, ignore that trade. If it's a medium-term trade, we might be holding it for the course of the day, and if it's a swing trade, we'll be holding it for multiple days. In addition to this, we will be issuing a lot more pending orders as a signal service, right? So instead of buy now, we're going to start creating a lot more pending orders at least 20 to 30 minutes beforehand, that you'll be able to set this up and you'll be able to take advantage of that position as and when it executes and as and when it triggers. And this has obviously got quite, there's risk reward, there's risk management calculated, there's a ton of things calculated in here, but this is going to be probably one of the most comprehensive services anywhere in the world right now, right? We used US competition as our benchmark as to what we're not even competing with the South African on the South African side, but we're utilizing US companies to really set that benchmark as to what we want to achieve, and that was the bare minimum. In terms of that, we're going to far exceed what exists out there. And you're going to see this consistent delivery, consistent accountability of all trades. If we lose a trade, we're going to say to you, listen, this is the summary for the day. We were wrong here, but we've made it up here. And you'll get that constant summary every day in terms of what has happened. And honestly, for FX to be $20, $30, $60, this is a price that is affordable to just about anyone. Now, in addition to that, should you have a live account with a recommended broker that we have suggested and we've put forward, you would then get your third month free. So for the first 2 months that you sign up, you would get your third month absolutely free, provided you utilize and you have a broker or an account with a recommended broker. And the reason for this is quite simple. It makes our lives extremely easy. We give out only trades that are available to the platforms that we use, and B, the levels that we set and we give out are exact. So example, if you're utilizing, let's say an overseas broker, if you're using Deriv, if you're using any of the other brokers, you'll find that our absolute highs and lows are different. So we may set a stop loss in a certain area, you set the exact same stop loss, markets do not attempt to touch our stop loss, but yet you're taken out. So when we provide the data, we made X on this trade, Y on that trade, you're going to look at that and go, but I lost that trade. And we're going to say, well, we didn't, you did. We didn't. So this is why we prefer, and it creates a really great opportunity for us to be on the same page, same instrument classes, same spread, same execution time, same slippage, all of those and above. So this is something that we've put a ton of investment into. It requires a huge amount of manpower to pull off. We're essentially doing what companies with 50 to 100 people do. We're going to be providing to you, and it's something we're very, very excited for. It's something that's reignited my passion. It's reignited the passion of the whole team that's involved here, and we believe this is something that's going to absolutely change lives. If you aren't already in love with the Forex and financial markets, this is going to set you ablaze. It's going to set you on fire, just purely due to the craziness of the things that you're going to end up seeing. Now, we are establishing a full chatbot system that will guide you through the process. So you'll be able to say, I want this, I'd like to subscribe for this, and the thing will reply. It will give you banking details, it'll assist you, it'll verify that you've obviously subscribed, and it'll give you access and link into the group. For the time being, in the next 2 weeks, while we're still in development of these very heavy systems, this will be a manual process. The groups are set up and ready for you. We'll be announcing, we'll be providing banking details, the process of how to get involved. This will be a manual process for now, and obviously due to demand, please bear with us. We're opening it up right now, and this will be the whole weekend. We're going to be working on getting as many people into the systems as humanly possible. In addition to that, if you would like to acquire and get into any of these groups for free, obviously word of mouth and growing our community is just as valuable to us as offering a service to any one of our clients. So we're going to have a main Drippy Pips signal service group, and we're going to allow people the opportunity to invite people. So if you've got people you know are trading or need help or would be interested, you're able to add these contacts into this group. And every time you add contacts, once you get to a certain limit, we'll announce that limit. It's going to be 50 contacts per person. So if you upload 50 contacts, we're going to give you the Drippy Pips VIP month subscription for free. So if you want to gain access to this and you maybe don't necessarily have the spare cash flow or capital, being December, being everybody wants presents and we might be going into another lockdown and whatever, this is another opportunity for you to get access absolutely free. So when a person invites 50 people into the group, into the community, we will handle all the communications, we'll handle all the discussions, we'll handle exactly what it is that we do. It's simply an invitation process, an opportunity for you to obviously get a service or something of value for free. So we'll put that as well within the details. Now, the next thing that is going to be probably the most exciting thing, that is a question that everybody's going to ask is, I don't have time, the trades are great, the signals are great, these things are amazing, but what if I just don't have time, right? Now, in the past, a lot of people will initially always ask and say, hey, can you trade for me? And you know, as DVDM markets, you know, as myself, I don't trade for anyone. It's basically illegal. You need to be, have an FSCA license to have, to manage discretionary funds on behalf of others, and this is what big institutions have. They regulated, there's due diligences, they audited to make sure these processes take place. No one individual should be trading on your behalf. This is technically illegal. Now, what we've gone ahead and done is, for those of you who want the service but don't necessarily have the time to execute, we are currently in development and oh so close to launching our copy trade service, meaning that everything that we send through, all the trades that you're going to be seeing over the next couple of weeks, should you want that just to go straight to your account, so you see a trade opportunity, you would love that just to be taken on your account, a third-party signal service is going to be launched very, very, very soon, right? And it'll be an add-on to any of these services. So should you want to manually execute what we send, great. If you wish to have this immediately executed based on a set of parameters, this is also going to be something else that's going to change the game amazingly, right? So the average time to execution is about 3 to 5 seconds. So 3 to 5 seconds from the time I issue a trade, that trade is already placed on your account with stop losses, with TPs, with risk management, with all of these things, and it's your account, it's in your management. You can close the trade if you don't want it, you can do whatever you want, it's in your full control. Nobody is touching your money, nobody can withdraw, nobody can deposit. It is your money in your trade account, simply with a service that's linking and pushing what we're doing at your discretion to your account, should you so wish. Now, obviously this is meant for demo accounts because it's for educational purposes only, and this is not obviously an investment or recommendation. All right. So this is something that's going to be coming out the next couple days. We're finalizing the code, the execution times, purely because of how important this is, that it cannot be, there cannot be technical issues. We're trying to automate this process as much as humanly possible. But from Monday, within Drippy Pips FX, there's going to be absolute bangers of quality FX trade. Forex trades are going to be sent through commodities. We're going to be smashing gold. We're going to be taking oil. We're going to be taking a bit of silver. We're going to be dabbling in coffee, crypto. We're going to be investing, and we're going to be doing a whole bunch of things within the crypto space, as well as indices. Now, if you subscribe to any one of these services, you're going to be getting supplementary educational videos, live sessions based on that particular asset asset class. So once a week, I will dive into FX and I'll have a straight FX discussion, what's happening in the world, what's happening with Brexit, what's happening with trade wars, what's happening with all these different things relating to FX. Same thing on commodities, same thing on crypto, same on indices. And obviously, if you're part of VIP, you get access to all of these items. So there'll be educationals, you'll be obviously updated in terms of news, you'll be updated in terms of everything that's happening in the markets right now, and at a price that just isn't being done anywhere in the world right now. So the main group that we're establishing in terms of the Drippy Pips signal service, this is going to be a freemium group, which is a free group with premium features. We will be sending through a trade or two every once in a while. Students will be obviously be able to publish their testimonies. We'll provide some free stuff into the main group, and that's where we'll then obviously segregate everybody into the paid groups or the VIP or the plus services thereafter. So this is starting today, right? We're accepting enrollments into the different subcategories today. We're going to be posting the steps in order to obviously get into these groups, how to obviously get payment made, how to get all these things sort of sorted out and done. We're going to be posting that today, and from Monday we're going to be absolutely smashing it. Now, with each of the groups, I will also be creating guidelines of when you can expect the bulk of the signals to be issued. So you can understand, all right, for indices, between 7 and 9 a.m. we're going to probably do a couple trades. We'll then relook at the markets at about between 1 and 2, and then the bulk of the trades are going to happen between 4 and 7, and then we again going to look at markets about 8 p.m. and then another opportunities are going to be visualized at about 2 a.m. So you will receive these brackets of when you could expect to receive an opportunity, so that you can just manage your life a little bit, or set an alarm, or set notification pass-throughs. If you're an iPhone user, set notification pass-throughs that you get those notifications when and if they are important for you. So we're going to be doing a ton of things to be able to push into in all of these services. And guys, it's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be like anything. It's incomparable, right? We have nothing to compare it to. It just is not being done anywhere else in the world right now. We have signal groups where, you know, guys will send through, you know, one trade here, one trade there, quiet for 3 days, 3, 4, 5,000 pip stop losses, people lose money. This is going to be a professional service for people who want to A, make a profit, B, learn what the markets are actually like, and C, both of those two things through actual practical experience and banking and making money in the market. So this is going to be going live, like I said, today. We're going to be doing enrollments the whole weekend right up in until Monday, and Monday is going to be absolute fire. We're going to be focusing on these individual groups, and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be something else. It's going to be something on another world. I'm super excited for it, and copy trade is a matter of days away. Once that is available to us, and obviously the testing is done, we will then provide that as a service. So if you want to link your trades directly, you are good to go. So remember, if you have a account with a recommended broker that we choose and select, we're going to be creating a couple of options. We've obviously received a lot of feedback, a lot of clients that are obviously quite frustrated with the current recommendations we've provided. We're going to provide multiple options moving forward. So you're going to have multiple brokers you can deal with that we've vetted, that we've trusted, that we've seen have got great user reviews and obviously experience with the markets. Any one of those ones we select, obviously if you use that link to open up an account, like I said, the first 2 months you pay for, the third month is absolutely free. Okay, so very cool stuff. We're going to add in features. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have live broadcasts on these individual subjects, newsletters. It's going to be anything else. I don't think there's anything else like it, to be honest with you. We're going to see just stuff that has never been done. All right, so guys, that's what I really wanted to announce. I wanted to break it down, let you understand what this is all about. I can see for the comments, everybody's gone nuts here, but this is going to be mind-blowing. If you have struggled with trading, if you've struggled with execution, if you've struggled with confidence, if you've struggled with risk management, timing of entries, placement of entries, this is going to not only allow you to obviously follow step by step what we're doing, but you're going to be able to do that and make money. And that's what I have said through the educational program, that education in theory is one thing, right? Learning to drive a car is one thing. Learn a manual, great. Stop sign is this, brake pedal, gas, clutch, mirrors, this is what they are. In a book, it looks great. When you get onto the real road, it becomes really serious, right? A car tries to overtake you. What do? You know, someone cuts you off, a taxi jumps in front of you. You know, this is where real life stuff happens. And this is why there's a big disconnect between the theory and the practicality, or the end result of being consistently profitable. And I believe this is now going to bridge that gap for all of you that have gone through the theory, that have put the time and effort in, but you're now going to learn what the markets are really like. And there's no better time to learn than obviously when you're actually trading and making money, right? This is where it hits home and it becomes extremely tangible. You can taste it, you can feel it, you can see it, and you can hear it. So I'm super excited for this. I think this is going to change the game entirely, and we are going to lead the industry in this particular fashion. And this is going to be a community driven business, right? This is going to be community driven. We're going to listen to your feedback. We're going to listen to what you like, what you don't like, and we're going to continue to develop around you and what's going to be the best for you. And this is our commitment in terms of our Drippy Pip subsidiary. Like I said, I could speak for days, and I probably would if I don't cut myself short. I'm excited. You should be too. We'll post what the process is to get involved directly after this live broadcast ends. And guys, I can't wait. I've been having a ton of fun testing. We've seen some great results. We've fixed some errors. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And there's never been a better time. If you're in December and there's uncertainties about lockdown or uncertainties about traveling, and you want to enter 2022 without, you know, only starting a New Year's resolution at that point, at that time, there's never been a better time to get into the financial markets. If you've got a bit of time and you know what you want to achieve in this lifetime, give this a shot. And I can promise you, if you stick with it and you persevere and you get involved, there's nothing like what the markets can do in your lifetime, right? So yeah, listen, that's me. I've hit my time limit. I can see my alarm clock is busy blaring at me saying, Dane, shut up. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave you guys to have an absolutely amazing Friday. Like I said, all the information, steps, processes, links will be sent into the main group of how to get involved. And I'm going to see you guys on the other side. I'll see you Monday, bright and early. We're going to start pips for breakfast. We're going to start banking some dollars early on Monday. Other than that, guys, listen, have yourselves an amazing weekend. I love you all, and I'll see you all really soon. Shalom.